Hi
Hi
guys,
guys,
welcome to Giggle Gals. I'm Tanya.
and I'm Ashley, and I am very excited for today's show. Been waiting all week. We've been doing she actually did homework. Yay! But we're gonna give people a few minutes to get on because it's gonna be such a fun, interesting topic.
I don't know about fun, but very
I think it's gonna be fun because
interesting.
I'm hoping people are gonna interact. I'm
I do
hoping
too.
this where everybody's
I do
gonna
too.
dive in, and we're going to
Get some people coming
Yeah.
with us, like telling us they might not have the same opinion, maybe, or maybe they know something that we don't know.
Exactly. But I mean, we watched a lot of videos of different sources about that. We're going to be talking about the Idaho college
So
murderers.
I would think a reporter now, because he's getting ready to go to trial. He's trying to get, he's trying to get his trial moved to another city because, everybody there knows him. I would think a reporter trying to take over this case is going to have a lot of work ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean,
because just what we've done, of course, reporters, that's
there's
their
just
job.
so many questions still. Like I have so many like hows and whys, and I don't like that when it comes to.
I mean, that's what the jury's for, is to decide. But I'm just saying, if I was on this jury, I would have to question some things.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to get this YouTube up real quick on here so we can actually answer questions for people. My computer's always just being.
It's just you and YouTube is having a problem.
Here we go. Okay, here we go.
Sunday football.
Okay, so far there's nobody on it. So we'll wait a few more minutes to get people rolling. Rolling. But like, yeah, I didn't even want to stop watching. I kept wanting to.
I know.
Because like I said, there's just still so many like whats and whys and
things that we want to see and hear.
And you got me into this. Just by the 5-minute conversation we were having, I was like, oh my God. And then I started watching it. And she fell asleep on me last night, but I just couldn't stop. I was just this.
Because once you start doing it, you don't want to stop it. You just keep it and keep it and keep it.
Just waiting for people.
Yeah, because I don't want to start talking about it and then we have to backtrack or somebody
We'll just give
misses something.
A few more minutes.
Yeah.
A few more minutes. I'm glad for the 3-day weekend. I know you don't have a 3-day weekend, but I know a lot of people do. So hopefully people got some good plans, some barbecues.
Isn't this one of the busiest holidays people travel?
Mm-hmm. So be safe.
I mean, like other than Christmas.
Be smart.
Don't drink and drive.
Yes, have a designated driver. For sure.
But sit back, relax, have fun.
Exactly. What do you usually do on Labor Day?
I usually work.
Yeah. I think we usually do like a barbecue. We do have like
kind of. I think last year you guys did like an end of the summer one.
Yeah, we left the pool up. All that good stuff.
I think it's time though. You guys are taking it down, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's gonna be hot, but I don't think it's hot anymore. Although September can be warm.
We're in the Midwest. We never know what's going to happen.
September's usually hot in the morning and cold at night. Like you can start with shorts, but you need a sweater at the end.
I just texted Alicia, our main person. Where are you? Well, she's been saying it hasn't been giving us notifications.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is there something that people? Is it not giving?
Because it didn't give me a notification either. So I'm wondering why.
Do we need to go in our settings, cameraman, and see if there's... Because that could be why people aren't on, because they don't know we're on.
But when I go to my YouTube, it says we're live.
Right, but if somebody...
When I go to my YouTube, it says we're live. Sorry, guys. Because like Alicia last night, she didn't see. But I figure if people don't start, we'll just start talking. Surprising.
There's Alicia.
What up? About time, Alicia. You're late, but we late too. We did start a little bit later because we were into this show so much that and then she had to take a shower. Well, she had to look good for y'all with her little,
And then we had to, I don't know. what I was
See,
gonna
it
say.
didn't show she's notified. Hi,
Yeah.
Kim. Kim's here.
Hey, Cam.
I don't know why it's
We
doing
don't know
that.
why it's
I
not
really don't.
notifying
Like,
people.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
I'm
guys.
in here looking at it right now, and
Yeah, we're new. But anyways, well, we'll get started since we got some people on. Not sure if you guys know about the Idaho.
Yeah,
I
you are-
hate saying that.
You are the hoe. You
Idaho.
are the hoe.
That's weird. Idaho.
She is the hoe.
Yeah, but Idaho college murders that
Took place, what, about 3 years ago?
November 13th of 2022 is when
So-
it
So
happened.
going on 2 years.
And 4 college students, unfortunately, were,
Life was cut too soon.
you know, and they were
I think
such
nowadays you have to
gorgeous
say unalived.
girls. Like, they were,
One of them getting ready to graduate. One graduated and one was getting ready to. So they were getting ready to put their mark out there on the world. And like the Maddie dad said,
Alicia
what?
said, I am the hoe.
Maddie's dad put it in one of his interviews that these guys were getting ready to be good for society. And
Yeah.
somebody
So
took them
anybody
away.
want to join in? Hi, Ann. Please, everybody, let's just talk about it. I'm sure everybody's going to have their own opinions. I mean, I know what I think and what I believe what's going on and what's happening, but I probably could be totally wrong.
Mhm.
But me and you kind of are like on the same page. So, I mean, it's,
And the fact that we don't have every fact out there, we don't have what the police are looking at. So that makes a big difference.
Right.
And, you know, there's certain things as we go through this, we'll tell you what we think we need to see to make more of
because
a,
this case is still going. It's
Yes,
still ongoing.
yes,
That's
yes.
why I'm very intrigued by
he
it.
is
Because
currently trying to move venues because where it's at,
It's such
so
a
many people,
small-
like they've threatened to burn down the courthouse if he's found
yeah,
acquitted.
and it's because it's such a small community. I
Yeah.
mean, Moscow, I guess I've never been, but it's
we should have seen how many people.
yeah.
live
But
there.
they kept saying on every video it's just such a small community. So I'm thinking, you know, small town.
But it was a college town, so
yeah,
it had to be kind of big because usually college town, like a
but
big
not
college
nothing
town.
happens. There's what they're basically saying.
Right. It's not like Davenport where, you know, every other day.
So yeah, they
Let's
all
get
went to
shot.
University of Idaho.
No,
I
he
know.
didn't.
Well, not the,
The
killer,
victims
the
did.
victim. Sorry,
And
we're
we
talking
can't
about
even
the
say killer. We have to say alleged.
yeah.
there's only
Because
27,000 people in that town.
Only 27,000.
27,000.
As of
Thanks, babe.
2024 is 26,000.
Wow.
So it is
very small.
So you could see why, yeah.
They're all shooken up. Yeah.
But
Wow. Okay.
so yeah, so pretty much these 4 students were murdered. They're saying that they were murdered within 16 minutes.
They say that, but as we go through this, they have different versions though, because they're saying something happened at 6:14.
But I'm wondering if
And-
that's because more things are coming out, like maybe because they didn't know about the Uber Eats and all that, and
True.
you know what I mean. And then,
But anyway, let's give them their names.
Yep.
Our first victim is Madison Morgan. or
Sorry
Mo-
for
Mo-
saying
yeah,
their
I'm
names
so
wrong.
sorry. Second victim is Kaylee Goncalves. Third victim is Ethan Chaplin, and the fourth victim is Zena Kinrodell.
again, we're sorry for
Yeah, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name.
And then the 2 girls that lived in the house that were survivors, the only 2 survivors, their names were
Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk.
Funk. I'm gonna
Funk.
say Funk.
So I guess the E is silent, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, sorry again to anybody who is involved in this case, knows anything about it. If I butchered the names, I'm sorry.
Yes. And did you tell them that Ethan Chaplin was the boyfriend?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Of Zena.
So he was the boyfriend of Zena. So he did not live in the house with them. The people that actually just lived there was the Madison, Zena,
And Dylan
and Bethany. Okay. And then so I'm thinking, what was that? Her friend's name?
Kaylee came there she had lived in the house, but came back that weekend to stay to show Maddie her
So
new
Alicia
car.
said Makoko would have 6,000. So really, yeah. So
Yeah.
Makoko is not very big. I've been, yeah. So
Yeah.
just imagine, yeah.
Yeah. So everybody probably knows everybody kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they're saying that this is a 3-story house with 6 bedrooms.
Yep.
And again, they're saying between 4 a.m. and 4:25.
And they're okay. And then, but they're saying Madison's room was up on the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dylan's
On the second,
Dylan's and Xena's. Is it Xena or Xena?
I think it's Xena.
Xena.
But they,
Tara's on.
Hi, Tara.
hi, Tara.
Um,
Dallas will get his candy bars.
yes, thank you guys all for supporting my daughter and her candy
I took a
sales.
bite out of each one.
Yes. I
Um,
licked them all.
Licked them all. But
Stuck 'em
so
in unknown places.
okay, so Madison's and was on the 3rd floor. Zena's and Dylan's was on the 2nd floor, and then Bethany's room was all the way in the basement.
Yes.
Okay, so 3-story house, 6 bedrooms.
This person comes in.
They're saying it's from 4. well, Hold on. They're saying it's from 4 a.m. between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m.
And I think they're basing this off of Ring cameras and street cameras.
Yes,
Is what they're basing the timeline off of.
because Xena, she orders DoorDash, and
At 4 a.m.
it comes about 4 a.m. They said they're saying 4 a.m. They said it could be like a minute before, a minute after, but they're saying 4 a.m.
Mhm.
She gets a DoorDash and she orders Jack in the Box. She orders a bunch of food. It wasn't
She
like a
gets
little
quite
sandwich.
bit, yeah.
She got a burger, a shake, some fries.
and then there's something else I can't remember. Oh, we're sorry.
They're saying it took 16 minutes for the
For-
murders to happen.
For all 4 of these people to get
But like
murdered.
she said, other one said it was about 12 minutes. So we're gonna say it's between the hours of 4 a.m. 4:25, but 16 minutes. But
Well, even 25 minutes from 4 to 4:25.
Yeah.
The way that these kids were brutally murdered, you could not do that in 25 minutes.
But
or
that's
20
what we'll get
minutes.
into more because
Yeah.
they're going to have like phone calls. And like I said, she got the DoorDash and she ordered that. It came about 4 a.m. And then a few minutes later, she was on TikTok.
At 4:12, she was on TikTok.
She was on TikTok. And who was on TikTok? Zaina, right?
Yep. The girl that got the food.
And
yep.
she was the one that was on the 2nd floor with her boyfriend.
Yes.
And they were on TikTok. And then supposedly a couple minutes later, they got
were
killed.
asleep.
They were
Well,
murdered.
They all fell asleep.
Well, that's what the other roommates are saying, that they were asleep.
that everybody was
Well,
asleep.
who knows if they really were sleeping? Because we're going to get more into that
Yeah.
because there's no way. I mean,
So from what we gathered with this, and we only watched 2 documents,
no, we watched a
Well,
lot.
you watched
we
other
watched
clips, stuff,
we
yeah.
watched.
but
We watched the movie on
there's
Netflix.
more out there that we could probably see
Yeah.
and get more information. But so the lowdown of what they're saying is,
Kim says, hold on. I've been following this ever since it happened. So much speculation really makes you wonder, how did it do alone? Exactly, Kim. And we're going to get to that because we don't believe it. He was alone. He
Mm-mm.
was not alone in this.
There's no way.
No way. So anyways,
so should we tell what the story is?
yes.
Okay. So they're saying, Kaylee got Kaylee got the food.
Yep.
And
But it happened before that. Before this all happened, she did skip
Oh,
a part.
yes.
Because
So they're saying like at 8:57, Kaylee and
the night before.
and her boyfriend Ethan. No. It's not
Oh my
Kaylee.
God, Tanya. You're supposed to
Leave me
I'm
alone.
so
Leave me
sorry,
alone.
guys. I'm more
Leave me
organized than
alone.
her.
Ethan and Xena go to a frat party and post pictures, but they get home about 1:45.
Yep.
And then
The other 2 girls.
Maddie and Kaylee are out. They go to a bar called the Corner Tap, something like that. And then they go to the food truck, which everybody probably
There
seen
is a
the
video of them at the food
Yep.
truck, and you can tell they're kind of tipsy
a little
because
bit.
the way they're
You know,
swaying.
they're college kids. They're
Yeah,
gonna
they
be.
were at a sorority party. What do you do at sorority parties?
And then they were at the bar, but they then take an Uber back home, and they're there by 2:00. Is what they're
so
saying.
everybody is supposedly home by 2:00.
Yep.
And this is basically what the survivors were saying. This
Yes.
is off of what they were saying.
Yes. Well, and
cameras, how
and
they
the
knew they were
Uber,
out and about.
Yeah, and
but
the Uber knew they were there
the
by
Uber-
2.
because the Uber guy knew him. Hi, Bill.
Yes, hi, Bill. And then so they say that around 4:00, Dylan hears what she thinks is Kaylee playing with the dog.
Mhm.
So she looks out, doesn't see nothing, goes back to bed. Then there's a second time
She opens the door.
she
So
opens the
opens
door.
And Dylan is the roommate that's on the 2nd floor. So
She's-
remember, you got to say that.
Oh yeah, sorry. And she's one of the survivors. So the second time she looks out, she doesn't see anything. So she goes back to bed, but she hears somebody say, or she hears somebody that she thinks is crying, and then she hears a male voice say, "It's okay, I'm here to help."
Mm-hmm. So if you hear that, she shut the door again. Why would you shut the door if you? But I mean, maybe she thought it was the boyfriend saying,
But when
hey,
you
I'm here to
couldn't-
help.
I
But
guess.
I would still go investigate. I am so
I would-
sorry. I
yeah.
would investigate. I would walk out and I'd be like,
At least listen for a minute and be like, should I help her?
right. So she
Kind of thing.
she closes the door again after
For the
she's done
second time,
this.
yeah. Third time she opens it.
She opens it the third time.
This time she sees someone come towards her, a male figure, athletic
Wearing
figure,
a mask.
wearing a mask. All she can see is the bushy eyebrows. He walks past
Supposedly
her.
she froze.
Yeah.
She froze.
He walks past her and goes out the glass door. She then goes back into her room, locks her bedroom door, and sits there for 8 hours because the police isn't called until 11:58 the next day.
11:38.
11:38 the next
So
day.
almost noon. So 8 hours later, she unfroze and decided.
Yeah, so we'll get more on that one too. As we
But
go
when she
on.
calls 911, what does she say?
She says she needs help. Somebody is unresponsive.
Somebody, not
Somebody.
multiples, somebody. So one person's unconscious. Not that they're stabbed, blood everywhere.
Yeah, or come help me. There's a bad scene here, something.
Yeah. Like,
and
we never could find that 911 call. We did try to find
Yes.
that 911 call because I want to listen. I want to see how her voice was. I want to see, was she like calm? Was she, crying?
I
Like,
mean-
yeah, screaming. Because if I'm sorry, if I, you know what I mean? Because you already done hurt somebody. You already seen somebody in the house. You already done seen somebody.
right. So I mean, most people would go lock that door after he left, and then be like, "Oh my God, let's go wake somebody up and tell them what's going on."
Exactly. A
But-
normal person would.
Again, you don't know how you would do in that situation too.
I wouldn't freeze for 8
But
hours.
I don't think you could freeze for 8 hours thinking of your roommates. You know, there's other people in that house. You would be like, "Oh my God, I got to make sure everybody's okay."
Exactly. So
Maybe
anyways,
that's the mother.
we'll
in
go
us,
back
though.
to the roommates after that, but let's keep going about. So then what happened? And they called the 911.
Yeah, what do you have on your notes when she calls 911?
I only have questions. You have the answer. You have the.
Okay. So I got when he walked past the door and then she freezes.
They heard dogs barking.
No,
her
the
dog,
camera. The camera.
The
A
neighbor's
neighbor's camera at 417 picks up voices.
Voices.
Can't make out what they say, but makes out voices. The dog barking, and then there's a thump.
repeatedly.
Yep, and then there's a thump.
So he's hearing voices. So it's multiple
camera.
voices, people outside, supposedly, but he walked out by himself, correct?
Yes.
So
And then
why was there voices?
and he's supposed to be in this on alone. So and then when the police get there, they find out that there's no forced entry. So obviously this person knew how to get in that house.
Mhm.
It was a party house.
It was
too,
known as a
so-
party house, and they said that they did before that. They've had multiple police calls of them coming to the house because of noise
Yep.
complaints. And multiple times they've come because there was parties going on where
They weren't even
they
home.
weren't even home. Like the the owners, the house owners
The
weren't even
girls
home.
renting it.
So they were letting people come in and out of that house without them being there. So anybody knew how to get in this house.
Mhm.
Everybody in that whole town was partying at that house.
So and it probably makes you wonder, do they just leave it unlocked all the time?
Exactly.
And this person knew that and knew that they didn't
Because
have
they
to
did
do-
say supposedly Brian, the one that's
allegedly the murderer.
was there about a month before that
Mhm.
at a party. So
Mhm.
he's been in that house.
He kind of knows the layout. He
Right.
knows what it is. Because that's another thing. If you're killing 4 people in 16 minutes, you have to know the layout.
Yeah,
You have
he
to
would.
know whose room is what, how I'm getting in there real quick, and how I'm getting out real quick.
Exactly. Well, one thing that I don't understand about that whole thing is they say that Madison was his victim. Okay, now
That's who they think is
that was
the intended.
that's because they supposedly I don't there's no facts on it, but there's people saying that he had a big obsession with Madison. But I tried digging into that. I couldn't find any more information on it. I only seen about I don't even remember where I seen it. It was like a video, something on TikTok said it or something. But supposedly he had a big obsession with Madison, and that's what who his target was. But my thing about it is he walked past. So that's why they're saying he's a target, because he walked past a couple rooms before he went upstairs to go to her room. Okay, but if he goes to a party, how is he going to know which room is hers at a party? I don't think
Unless he had
Madison is
been up
going to
there.
show him, hey, he could have been sneaking around her house, I guess, because if she wasn't there, because it's been multiple times, maybe that was the time that those girls weren't home, and he did go and.
But he would have to dig through stuff to know that's her room.
But that's the thing, is with the whole thing with the cops. They mentioned him getting his phone and trying to find like any connections with these girls,
and
but
they haven't.
They
and they
didn't
haven't said
say
anything.
They're not saying. So that's what's getting me. Like, why?
His attorney saying that though. Remember, his attorney saying he has no connection to these girls.
No,
that was the last thing we just saw.
But now listen to what I just said though. I said they said that they took his phone. Remember that movie that we watched? They took his phone and they said that they were trying to get evidence about him. If they contacted her, if he Facebook followed her or anything like that. But they never said if he did or didn't. Mm-hmm. They never got back to that. They just said that they took his phone and they did it. But where is it? Like, did he know her? Like, was he following her on Facebook? Because he went to college
in the next town.
Like, if he was obsessed with her, he would be following her around.
You would have some kind of there'd be something that you could tell. Because she does say that she has a stalker, remember?
Yep, she did tell her family a few days before that she had a stalker. So
is he the stalker or not? But if he is,
but
there
again,
would be some evidence somewhere.
So if somebody can find evidence on that,
we'd love to hear
they knew they were Facebook friends. Because I don't want to go by people just saying it. Because I've heard also that that him and Bethany dated. One of the survivors.
I didn't hear that.
But I only found one thing about that. So I don't want to get into that. Yeah. Because I don't know if that's probably just somebody just talking.
Right.
But so if anybody could find anything about them, if they knew each other, if Brian knew any of the girls, like I really want to know, like, because like I said, like how did he know where her room was?
Right.
If that was his target, how did he know that she was on the 3rd floor? If you know what I mean? So like I said, this was obviously planned. Yeah. This was planned.
So when the police come though, they come in and said again, no forced entry. They find a footprint of a shoe print of some Vans. But that back then and around college, that's kind of a popular shoe.
A lot of kids, a lot of students
so you
wear
can't
Vans.
Narrow,
I mean,
you can't really narrow. But anyway, they go in, they find the kids, they find Ethan because he's in the stairwell. And then they find.
But then we find another one where they said that they were both in the bedroom. So I don't.
So the last way that the cops described it is they're thinking he went upstairs, kills Madison, and
her
Kaylee
friend
wakes up.
That was sleeping next to her.
So he has to kill her because she saw him.
Yep.
Comes down the stairs where Ethan is wanting to know.
No, comes down the hallway to the 2nd floor, and Ethan
is like, "What the freak's going on up here?" And
they get
into it because they say he has defensive wounds.
Yep. Ethan had defensive wounds.
So he put up a struggle.
Yep.
So he kills Ethan, and then when this is going on, Zena comes out and sees this and runs back to her room. So he goes in there and kills her.
He kills the girlfriend
because she's seen him.
It's not like he just kills them. There are multiple stab wounds on each and every one of them. Yep. Multiple. So he had been sitting there.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was afraid.
So, but anyway, so he kills Zena,
and then he comes out and walks past Dylan and leaves.
But he doesn't want to kill her.
But that's what we can't understand.
She got a good look at you enough to where they had been staring at each other
for her to see the eyebrows,
to see the whole body build, everything.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, why? Why would he just walk past you? Was he tired? Was he like, oh God, my arm hurts?
Yeah,
I'm done. I've been stabbing so much.
I'm done.
I'm
done. I can't do no more.
And then he don't go and check any other rooms. I mean, I guess you don't do that when you're on a, but you see somebody there. But that's why he supposedly killed the other ones because they woke up. So if he was just targeting one person
and killing everybody that saw him, why did he leave Dylan?
But what she left out too, what the police also said that this was the bloodiest scene that they've ever seen.
Yeah, I got that on there about. You could see the blood seeping,
and that's
through.
The thing is somebody called.
Yeah, it was Zena's blood from her bedroom.
That's
it
how
was
bad.
Outside the house, so the neighbors called the cops saying that they seen blood.
So 16 minutes. You're trying to tell me they were getting stabbed by one person in 16 minutes? Was able to stab multiple people that many times to where their blood is stinking out of a freaking wall of a house.
And the cops did say it was because
it was on the outside. So if you look, you could see if you look at
they show a picture of
the blood seeping out
of the house.
It's like
out of the corner of the house. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I just don't feel like it.
My stabbing emotion. Thank you.
There's no way. I mean, even if you have all the anger in the world, How are you able to do this in 16
One
minutes?
person. And if somebody's fighting you, so you're not even thinking about them.
Yeah, I
if they're
forgot
having a
about that.
fight, like that's taking up some time too. I mean, I know at 20, they're about the same age, right? Because he was 28, the other
Right,
kid was 20. So, I mean,
It doesn't matter.
they're
close
still
in age.
young, so it's not
And
like
the police only said that Ethan had defensive wounds, but the coroner said that there was 2 of them.
two of them had
So
it. So
we're-
somebody else
was fighting him. And I'm thinking maybe Xena, because if she went back in her room to hide from him, she's probably grabbing something to hit him with. And that's the other thing. He didn't have any marks on him.
No, none.
None. But they don't get him though for 2 weeks.
But you're skipping a lot. Let's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
go
yeah.
there. But well, I think it is though.
Oh, well, let me
When I
finish
wanted to
what
go-
they go through the house. Let me finish that part of it. When they go through the house, okay? They find in upstairs bedroom next to Maddie, they find a knife shape, a leather knife shape.
Yes.
Because this is the big key of DNA of how they think it was him.
Yep.
Because they get his DNA
But
on there.
where did they find it at? Whose room?
They found it in Maddie's room. But when they
So he probably, when he first took the knife out, because she was the first victim, so I
Right.
can see that he probably dropped it.
but
in
what
the-
they're saying is they got the DNA off of it. When they put it into the database, they got no hits back. Because he didn't have a criminal record.
Well, you're getting too far. See, she's not a very good. Back it up a little.
I'm going
bit.
down how the story went.
But
on the
okay,
thing.
but I said we have to stop though and talk about some things. And you're just like crazy. So they found the knife thing. So obviously the knife was nowhere to be found at all in the house. They just found what was it called?
The knife shape.
The knife shape.
Or
No, what do they call those things? You put the knife.
it's a knife cover.
She was supposed to write it down.
I
Oh my
did.
god!
It's
I'm so sorry, guys.
Seth, safe?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Just put knife holder. He left the knife holder
But it's a
behind.
nice safe.
Knife
Yes.
safe. But
But they put
Safe.
that in CODIS.
Safe.
Oh, they put it in CODIS for felonies. That's what they put it in.
But I wanted, but before we go back to them, whatever they found the next day, but what I wanted to go back was towards one of the girls, because this is why it makes me hard to believe that one of these girls are not involved. Because so far you have not heard about Bethany at all. Right?
No.
Bethany has been in the basement this whole time. Okay. So, I mean, I've never stabbed somebody. So I don't know how you stab somebody and not have that person screaming. Like, unless they stab you, I don't know, but you think if somebody stabbed me, I'm gonna be like, ah, right?
You would. And even if you're sleeping, unless they
I mean, I know it's a 3-story house. I get it, but I could hear. Thanks, Cam. But
see, yeah.
we'll get it. Seeth.
But the girl sleeping right next to her should have heard the
I know
first
she might
one.
be my first.
Well, you could be my third.
But anyways, but it's just crazy because, like I said, I want to go back to this before we go back to Bethany. Let's go back to Dylan. This is why I think, like, you think Dylan is too, but Dylan
do
is just
think
a
Dylan-
little. I don't want to say anything bad about Dylan because I don't want to be wrong, but why did it take 3 times
For her to see somebody.
to
Or
open
to
the
hear
door
it.
before she even went out? Though that's what I'm saying. If if this is your closest friends, your friends that you grew up with, the friends that you love, you're going to go check
that's
on
what I
them.
said.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you check on your friend? Why are you just?
But
so
this is the
nonchalant?
kicker. What? So let me make sure I'm saying.
Oh my God, she's someone professional.
We talked about that. Okay. But the whole, okay, let's do the, okay. All right. So the Dylan thing is just blind mowing. So now let's talk about, what did you have next?
Well, next was about the white sedan that they started picking up on. Because then after they did all their evidence at the house, they started watching cameras around the neighborhood and ring cameras and stuff like that. And they noticed this white Elantra that keeps circling.
But see, another thing with when we remember that Uber Eats,
Yeah, yes.
they said he delivers at 4:00. Okay, so maybe and they said they start seeing it at what time? The white car at 3:30.
329.
The 3:29. So who's to say that wasn't the Uber Eats guy trying to find the house? Because he said it went multiple times around, right? And it
But that's
didn't
a
come
big-
until 4:00.
That's a half-hour difference there, though. Uber guy
is
ain't
true.
the Uber guy ain't gonna run.
Because they
over
never
food.
did tell you what kind of. Because we looked for the Uber
Yeah,
driver.
we
We
tried
could
to
never
look it up.
find the Uber
We
Eats,
found the Uber driver that gave the girls a ride home,
but we never
but
found
we
the
never
one.
found the Uber.
Like, what
Eats.
kind of car was he driving? And where is he when he walked up to the door and delivered her food?
Mhm.
Like, we didn't see that on camera. Why ain't they? Like, I want to see that. I want to see his vehicle, what he was driving. Like,
Yeah.
how long was he at the house delivering
Because
food?
how do you know that he didn't think she was hot? Called his buddy and been like, "Hey man, these girls are hot. Let's go
People
get
are
them."
crazy. I mean, obviously. But yeah. So- but
just for that.
bird. She
Just
threw the
for
lions
that.
down the
Just
ground.
for
hurt.
that. I don't know why she would put him in front of me anyway. Sorry, Alicia. But
So yeah,
sorry,
so
not sorry.
but anyway, so the Uber driver supposedly is out of the question. But anyway, so they see this guy multiple driving.
Yeah,
Go
they
ahead.
see him drive past 3 times. He like one of the times he does a 3-point circle. Like he is just going in and out. The 4th time he comes back. Well, it says he comes back at 4:04.
Yeah,
So he would have ran into the Uber guy.
yeah.
So why did when we were
So
watching
maybe the Uber
video,
maybe the Uber guy scared him away. Because they said that it seemed like he was driving around to make sure the lights were maybe off
it
or
says
on.
4:04 he comes by. That's when he does the 3-point thing, 3-point park, because it says he looks like he tries to stop and
Mhm.
park, but maybe he got scared off at 4:04
'Cause that was
of
the Uber driver.
Yes. Says that he heads back to then he comes back again, heads back to the house. 16 minutes later, he's seen at 4:20.
His car is seen.
His car is seen at 4:20, leaving at a high rate speed.
Well, they see not. We can't even say his car yet. At this time,
'cause
they
it's
just see a white
car.
Hyundai speeding away at 420.
So that's when they involve the FBI,
Yep.
and the FBI issues this. They figure out it's a 2011 Hyundai, and then it is seen. See it leave 15 minutes away. Oh, so they start backtracking
The car.
the camera,
Mhm.
and they first start spotting it at 3 a.m. leaving Pall Mall, Washington, and that's where he lived.
So he drove it. So after his car was seen, it drove an hour out of his way because they started binging his phones.
Yep.
So that's when they got into his phone and they started binging his phone where he was going.
Yep.
So he was seen binging his phone. So they started going an hour out of his direction to go
He
home.
drove a long way home.
So he went to where? Where did he end up going for that hour?
That's when he took that road that you wrote the notes on about that park.
No, that was his alibi. That has nothing to do with this.
Oh, he went to that. When they find out, when they ping him, they find out he goes to 2 grocery stores.
No. We're talking about the night of the murder, though, before he goes to the grocery store, Tanya.
That's where he goes after.
No, he drive. Okay. So, but you're not missing the point. When is his phone shut off? Because they're binging his phone. That's what I'm trying to get you to get into. The binging of the phone. I am so sorry, guys. I should have been the one writing it down. She should have been
You
doing the
should've.
questions.
It says then it bings at 4:48. Bings at Idaho State Highway 95, which
Okay.
is south of Moscow.
Okay.
About an hour away.
This is what I was trying to get you to get into.
The morning after, it pings back by the house.
So it shuts off, though. You're missing that part. His phone shut off between what hours?
Between the 4.
For what?
I don't
You
know.
wrote that down,
I did
Tanya.
not
Yes,
write
you
down.
did. You wrote it
I
down.
did not. I did not write down
I asked you.
that his phone was shut off. I did not.
No. Well, his phone was shut off. Hi, Kaylee. It was shut off for 4 hours, I believe. Let me go back because I am so sorry, guys. My sister is.
I was trying to write fast.
Remember when they did the highlights?
Yeah, it was shut off, and then 4 hours later, it's back on.
Yep.
Right.
'Cause he's
That's what I
back.
was asking you.
He was back at the house at 9:12 and 9:21.
So he shut his phone off for 4 hours. His phone was shut off. That's what I was trying to get at. So you don't have the hours, is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
So he shuts it off when it bings at 3 o'clock.
So she's finding all her facts now.
So he shuts it off after he leaves Paul Mall, Washington, and then it bings back on at 4:48.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
So say that again. When did it go off?
3 o'clock.
And then it came back on at 4:48. So it wasn't 4 hours that it was off.
4 hours later, it bings back at the house. That's where you're getting the 4 hours.
Right. That's when it bings back at the house. So at 4:48, his phone comes back on. Okay.
But that just
Back
rings a
to his
bell.
house.
If he is found again an hour away, and the killings were at 4 to 4:25, how could he 20 minutes later be an hour away?
Well, maybe he shut his phone off.
It bings, or they're saying that his phone was off, but they're saying the murders happened from 4 to 4:25. How could he be 25 to 48? That's what, 20 something minutes later? How could he be an hour away 20 minutes later? I just thought of that one. I need to be on this case.
That is a good
I
one.
didn't even catch that the first time we wrote this stuff down. Kim, do you have any information on that?
Yeah, about the whole
Since you've been
his
watching
phone
it?
being turned off, and then
Because if he was picked back, if it binged again at 4:48, he couldn't have been an hour away killing somebody. There's no way. That's what I think. Them girls drove that car. I'm telling you. But that's my opinion.
so
But anyway.
when his phone was shut off, it turned back on at 4:48 when he was at home. But then again, it binged again at 9:12 at the.
From 9:12 to 9:21, he was near the crime scene.
He was back at the crime scene.
And then
Why? And this is before the police was called, because
Yeah.
they didn't call until 11:38. So why did he go back that morning? Was he there to talk to somebody? Was he there to
Collect evidence?
collect that knife? What is that called?
the
That knife holder? Was he trying to get that knife holder? I mean, who knows what? I mean, I think maybe he was there talking to somebody.
I think
he was trying to, like, why would you? I mean, I know they say criminals like to go back to the scene of the crime.
and that's what one guy is saying, that he probably went back to see, he need validation, but he couldn't have
They
gotten
did
none.
also say that too. They did say that it could have been an airplane mode. Kim's
that his
right.
phone was in.
They did
yeah,
say that.
They, did say
They
it.
said either off or airplane mode.
Yep. But you only put your airplane mode if you want nobody to find you. But I don't know. I still think that there's something. I just thought of that though. How can he be 20 minutes away or an hour away 20 minutes
So
later?
it binged back up to their house in the morning. Like I said, why
Yep.
would you?
Why
Why
would
would
he
you
come
be
back?
there? Okay, so we don't know that, but he was there for what they said 9 minutes. He was at that house for 9 minutes, so he actually stopped.
Mm-hmm.
9 minutes. Why?
And then that's when we learned.
Where's the cameras at for that?
Yeah.
Where's the cameras at? Like, they don't have cameras enough to
But
come
they
out
they
and
had
see
him
him
to
walk.
get
Like
him.
what?
They,
They
ha-
have cameras on that back door.
have
They showed it
cameras,
multiple
and
times.
if the neighbor has a Ring camera to pick up voices, it doesn't pick up anything at the house.
Well, maybe it's not facing that direction. It's just here's movement. But what I'm saying, how many times do they show those police coming to those girls' back door? If that's supposedly the door that he walked in,
Oh, that camera though was on the cop. When they were talking to the cops, that was
the cop's camera.
the camera. Yeah, the body camera.
See, two minds.
You didn't catch that you couldn't see the cops in the scene, just the
No, there was
girls?
a cop knocking on the door.
Right, but there was another cop that had.
They didn't say two cops.
Oh my God, you're so crazy. You're so crazy.
So 9 minutes. Like, what was he doing there for 9 minutes? I
Mhm.
want to see that. I want to see like what. Where's this videos of? It's got to be his car.
I don't think it was him, Kim.
Kim said that.
No,
Kim.
She said, "What if it was? What if that wasn't him?"
Yep.
Do you think
that's what I'm
somebody else
saying.
maybe had his phone? Maybe he was going back for his phone because he lost his phone there. Maybe he dropped his phone at the crime because he dropped that knife
Could be.
holder.
Could be.
But anyways, so let's fast forward. So December 1st or 15th, there was still no. What did you get?
There was no. They still hadn't had anybody.
So there was still no warrants out for no arrest. So they still haven't figured anything out.
Because then he goes. They're saying 5 days after, he goes and gets new license plates.
Yes, because they did
Registered
say that
to
the
his
car
name.
that had, because he's from Pennsylvania, you don't have to have a front plate.
Right.
So when this happened, they said the car that was seen multiple times had
Didn't
no
have-
front
right.
plate.
So he goes and gets new plates.
5
He
days
registers
later.
them to Idaho now instead of, or he was from Pennsylvania, so he registers them to Washington because that's where he went. So he must have been feeling guilty or thought his car got seen, so he's changing the plate number.
But legally, if you move state after so many,
So that could be, yeah. You have so many days.
you got a couple months to re-register.
So
your
maybe
vehicle
that
in
was just
state.
a fluke. Maybe he just, but I mean,
The way
again,
the DMVs are right now, maybe he had to wait to get his time to go there and get his new plates.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it says that they pick up December 13th, a plate raider and picks up the car 2 days later. The plate is,
she can't read her own writing.
that's why I wanted to write it better. Oh, that's when he gets pulled over with his dad. He gets pulled over with his dad
Because-
Indiana.
in
Because him and
Indiana,
his
that's what that
dad,
says.
him and his dad are
in
traveling
Indiana for tailgating.
twice.
Yes.
He got pulled over twice in the same day,
like
and he-
six,
Within like a half hour.
and he got
6 minutes.
Yeah.
and he got let go. So obviously in the system, he wasn't wanted. The car wasn't obviously.
But they did say they put out a BOGO for that car. So I don't understand why these cops didn't.
But if you watch those videos of him and his dad, like he seemed so calm. Like he seemed like he was just like, oh, we're just traveling with my dad.
Yeah.
And then
That's what they said. They said they had a planned trip for his dad to come there. His dad
So-
flew there,
yeah, it was
and
already
then they
planned.
were driving home for a fishing trip, is what they said.
Yeah.
But it was
That's why he was going home for Thanksgiving.
as he said.
But they also did
Could
say that
be.
his dad previously
What's going
already
on?
seen in the news
what
what
was going
happened,
on.
and he seen the car, and he knew that his son
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
had a car.
9 minutes later, he was pulled over again.
Okay. I knew. Yeah.
So his
But
son,
I think they were in 2 different states, though.
No, it was in Indiana.
They were both in
it was
Indiana.
Indiana.
So then why wouldn't those cops on their thing say, hey, wait a minute, I just pulled that car over?
I thought the second cop did.
He did say he did it. Yeah, the second cop did say something about you did just get pulled over or something. But I'm
But
gonna
he
give
let
you
him
another
go
one.
again?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna give you another little
give you a
slap on the
warning.
wrist.
Yeah. And it says they go 25,000 miles,
2,500.
2,500 miles to Albrightsville.
She's the one that wanted to talk about this
PA.
story, and she's like,
December 16th, the FBI surrounds his, or they have him under surveillance for 4 days. They see him wearing the surgical gloves and cleaning his car.
deep cleaning his car.
Yep.
They've seen him because he did go back to Pennsylvania.
And he throws the stuff away, and they go through it, and they still haven't said what they found in there.
They said that they found the DNA of his that knew it was his father. Remember?
Yes,
So
that's
he
how
knew,
they got. Yes.
That's how they found him, because they found DNA of his dad's stuff.
and they
and they-
said that they were a genetic match of the person who killed him.
Yep.
So that's how he got.
That's
caught.
how they picked him up.
So December 30th, they came and picked him up.
And now we could talk about his. Well, actually, I want to start talking about this Bethany girl, this Bethany Funk. So pretty much, so he's in jail right now
Yeah.
for 4 counts of murder,
Yep.
and he's looking at the death penalty or
Yep.
life in prison.
Yep.
Okay. So my thing that gets me all crazy about this, for one, I already told you, I don't think one person can kill 4 people in less than 60 minutes. I just don't see that happening. Maybe with a gunshot, or stab one in the head, but it was multiple stab wounds. I don't believe that he walks past 3 other
Dylan.
people and killed everybody else, but then when he walks past the last girl that he sees,
He killed
he's done.
Yeah.
He's given up. He's walking away. He's whatever. You see my face. Oh well. I don't believe that she didn't hear. I don't believe what she heard. I don't believe that she froze. I don't believe that I believe somebody can freeze for a minute. I do believe that. I do. But what gets me the most is this Bethany girl. She's in the basement this whole time. And like I said before, when you're stabbing somebody that many times, you're going to, somebody's
Make
going to
some kind
scream.
of-
There's going to be noises. It's
But
gonna
I don't
be-
know in the basement if you could hear it.
My son can hear
Conflicts.
everything in my house in the basement. My son lives in the basement. I mean, I don't mean that sounds kind of mad, but his room's in the basement. So he hears everything. He can hear stuff that Tay does upstairs on our third
But-
floor. it's very.
Could their house has been.
It could
built
be a little bit
differently.
more. It could be. I get it. I'm just saying this is what I believe. So, but Bethany, okay, she told the police that everybody was sleeping at 4 a.m.
But we know that's not true.
How do you know everybody's sleeping at 4 a.m.?
She's just assuming.
Did you walk around and check everybody's room? Did you not hear the doorbell? I mean, there couldn't have been a doorbell, but the Uber Eats guy dropped off food at 4 o'clock.
So somebody had to get up and open the door.
Right. Somebody had to get up and open the door.
And
the dog is repeatedly barking. Remember
And-
that? Somebody
yeah.
said that the dog is repeatedly barking. Okay. So you're not hearing no dogs barking.
And one girl's up there making TikToks dancing.
Okay. So that's what I say about the food thing. And then supposedly he came in at 4:08. That's when they're saying that they think that Brian walked into this house at 4:08. So how, like I said, that
So
brings us back.
4:08,
So
and
how
then
are they
you see him at
sleeping? And
4:20?
how are they sleeping from 4 o'clock when the food gets there? How are they sleeping until 4:08? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
So
what's her name? Couldn't have been.
they couldn't have been sleeping.
Zena
There's
couldn't have
no
been.
way
She's on
these
TikTok at
people were
4:12.
sleeping. Exactly. There's no way. So then she says, let me make sure. Okay. Shut up. That's right. 'Cause it's on my phone. That's right. 'Cause maybe I didn't want to.
Write it all out.
Right. But this is what gets me.
Cameron said a couple wasn't sleeping.
Oh, so they're saying now that the couple wasn't sleeping, but again, that was Bethany telling the police.
No, that was no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was
the big-
Bethany. Yeah, sorry, that was Bethany. My
She
bad.
was telling people that they were asleep.
Right. So this is what gets me though. So Bethany now is nowhere to be found.
Mm-mm.
She's staying off of social media. She's staying off everything.
was-
She didn't go to the ceremonies. I mean the funerals. She didn't like. She was really close to these girls. Like you think if you're that close, you're gonna check on their family. You're gonna. I mean, I get it, but she supposedly didn't see nothing. She didn't see the dead bodies. She didn't get anything. Know anything was going on until the police came and took her outside, and all the commotion was going on.
Yeah.
So she never got to see anything that happened inside. She supposedly didn't hear nothing. Nothing. Okay. This is what
Dylan's
she's telling
the one
the
that
police.
supposedly found.
Dylan is supposed to be the one that's saying all this.
That found everybody.
So pretty much my thing about it, the whole thing is she won't even come and testify in court. Like she doesn't know anything, okay, I guess.
Other than the description.
No, this is Bethany.
Oh,
She won't go because the defendant is
that was Dylan.
no, Dylan is the one Bethany is the one that's is quiet.
Okay.
Dylan she's out there telling her story. But anyways, Bethany is the one that was in the basement. She's the one that's basically saying, she's the one that won't testify, won't talk. But Brian and his defensive team is trying to get her to talk because he's saying that she knows something that's going to help him get
that
out.
That he didn't do it.
That he maybe not get that he didn't do it by himself. I'm thinking, like you said, Dylan is this whole mastermind, jealousy.
I think she's jealous of Madison.
You know, because them two are really, that wasn't as close as most. She might say that because Bethany supposedly said that Madison was her sister, was all this. So is she feeling guilty? Is she feeling like if she talks, is she gonna fuck up and say something that she shouldn't say?
Yeah. But I wonder what she knows that's supposed to
right. And why would
guilt.
the defendant want her to talk this bad?
But I was just thinking that too. What if Bethany, since she said she supposedly has something that shows he didn't do it, what if they were together?
And that's why nobody's seen her. But that's the thing about this is. So this isn't like facts yet.
Yeah, because we're just going off of what we find.
But supposedly the father
of Madison.
Of Kaylee.
Oh, Kaylee.
Kaylee's father, Steve. He said he learned this information from an individual that served in a grand jury that voted to indict suspect Brian on 4 counts of murder. He heard from them, okay, the grand jury, that Bethany and Dylan were texting between the hours of 4 o'clock and 4:25. They were texting during the murders and after the murders. So supposedly you're asleep.
How are you texting?
Supposedly Dylan's froze. right? She's froze.
But yet you can talk to your friend.
Exactly. But was she texting? Maybe Dylan was texting Bethany downstairs, hey, I heard something. There's something going on. I heard these voices. Maybe that's what she was texting because they won't tell us.
But then that's what I'm thinking. I don't think that's what they're saying, because if they were, I think the cops would say that. I think that would be put out in the affidavit, like, hey, Bethany and Dylan were texting that they heard noises at, because that would make another timeline.
Yeah.
They would be like, oh, at 4:15, she texted Dylan to say she heard a noise. So I think that there's something more there. It's all going to come out in court, because all that paperwork the cops did and everything they find has to be presented.
It just, like I said, again, with them two supposedly talking, okay, so it just makes me really think that these two girls know more than they're putting out.
Oh, definitely. I
really do believe that. And I do believe that this man did commit these murders. I do. I think Brian did, but I don't think he did it alone. I do not think he did it alone. I think these girls knew, because let's go back to his life. Brian was going to school.
Mm-hmm.
What? Were they say justice, 8 minutes away, or how far away was their colleges? It wasn't too far.
Yeah, it's the next town over, I believe.
Right. So it wasn't too far away. So and he's been to parties there. So these girls known him. I mean, they probably don't know everybody. I guess put to your party at college, I guess. I don't know.
But you could have had conversation and been like, oh, what are you going to school for? I'm going for forensic.
Exactly. He was going for criminal
justice, but he was intrigued into the forensics of it.
And then he put out a survey.
He did a survey for criminals to know what they were thinking before, during, and after the crime they committed.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, was they talking? Is that what made him start getting into this? Because these girls were like, I don't know. I don't know if it's jealous. I don't know. That's why I hate to say what the motive is, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, but they're not putting out there if that's how true that is about them supposed to be texting. But I have read that multiple times. And like I said, the father heard it from the grand jury. And
then my questions were, so I know that you can tell from the coroner what time this person died. So I guess they could probably stage this, and this is how they died. But who is coming? It has to be the cops that are coming up with, well, she must have woke up and that's why he killed her. We don't really know that. I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many what's, ifs. Like, I mean, like, that's what it blows my mind, because I just can't see all this happening in 60 minutes. Because I'm sorry, if you're killing 4 people in 60 minutes, there's going to be I keep saying it's going to be so much freaking noise.
So much chaos going on.
There's going to be so much chaos.
Especially
people
if they're fighting.
Yeah. He had that Ethan guy had wounds on him from when
he was trying to fight back.
Yeah, so did somebody else. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean,
and I don't get if there's all
these the girls help the police going to have a text or something between the girl and it. That's what I'm saying, Bill. They're not saying that. They're not putting it. They brought it up one time in that video saying that they took their phones or something, but they're not putting out
what they found.
Why?
Okay. What if they're trying to pin it on him? Like, what if they're trying to?
That's what I'm saying.
Them girls and everything in that whole town is just trying to.
Because that's why I go back. So why was she not? Why does Brian's attorneys then want to talk to her so bad? Why do they want her on the stand?
What does she have?
She has something.
Right, and his attorneys are.
And she did agree. She did agree finally to go sit down and talk with him. So
we're still waiting to see the aspect.
I want to. Unless that already came out. Tamara says she feels like they. I do too. They manipulate. Yeah,
they manipulate.
Yes,
I think yes. I think that they came up with some plot.
Okay, that goes back to what we were just talking about. They found him at this party or whatever, and they knew where he was going to school for. And
then they just said, hey, I know you like her. She doesn't like you, blah. You know what I mean? Get in his head.
Maybe they knew that's who her stalker was.
Could be.
Because like I said,
or maybe
she did go to her family before Madison did and say, I have a stalker a few days before this happened. So
I don't think he did. I think the 2 girls did.
I'm just saying there's not enough time in 8 hours. I mean, I don't know why you would wait 8 hours to come unfrozen. I mean, again, I haven't been in that position, and maybe it's the mother instinct in me. If I seen somebody go out the door, I'm locking it and I'm going to check on my friends. I'm not going to sit in my room and freak out. Like, I'll freak out afterwards when I know I'm safe.
Exactly.
But and then they were saying that, you know, he's seen the next morning driving 300 miles away at some grocery store.
Yeah.
And
I did see that. That was what I was just getting at.
they
right
talk
here.
about the road that he took there, how he could have possibly thrown the clothes and the knife.
Because they still have not found the knife. They still have not
Or
found
bloody
this knife.
clothes, because
Or
he
his
would have
bloody
had
clothes.
blood on himself.
Oh, for sure. It would have been splashing. If they said that was the bloodiest scene they've ever had, you could just imagine what this person.
Had on
Because
him.
I really think that somebody was holding maybe somebody back, and he was.
But if they have defense wounds, they couldn't have been held back. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe not all of them were getting held down. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
I mean, I just don't
the
see.
two girls upstairs.
Because I'm sorry if I see my man getting attacked.
I'm grabbing something.
I'm grabbing any object. I don't need an object. I'm gouging eyes out. I'm freaking biting. I am pulling hair. I am not going to run back in my room and hide.
No, I'm not going to leave him there to die.
I mean, but that's besides the fact. But
yeah. Again, you don't know what you do in a situation.
Exactly.
But,
I've never been in that situation.
But you get the what they call it, the fight or flight, mode. And why would you go back to your bedroom? Wouldn't you run out the fucking front door?
She's on the second floor, so I'd say jump out the window, but you can't. But you're on the phone. You're texting your friend. If this is true, if you're texting your friend, call 911. But you also seen another video that you said, or Tamara told you that they said that she called her mom and her boyfriend.
Yeah,
before
somewhere
I
heard that she called her mom.
Who, Madison?
No,
Dylan.
The girl who knows everything.
Called 911.
Yeah. I think there was somewhere, Tamara, you can help me maybe. There's a video that she called other people first before she called 911, and they didn't answer. So, her
and if that
family
is
didn't
true,
answer.
Again, I don't know. She said the Kaylee girl.
Oh, Kaylee. Well, Kaylee was already
Kaylee
dead.
was Madison's friend. That's the one that spent the night with her.
Yeah, if she's the one, then that was different.
Yeah, because I didn't see anything about that part. That's why I was wanting her to say.
But back to the story of him. They say he got rid of it on this highway because there's nothing out there. It's November. That ground is frozen.
But you missed the part because that was his alibi. Remember?
Yeah.
Because his alibi is that he was out driving around stargazing. He was gazing. Sorry.
At the night of the murder, that's what they said he was doing at some park, which he
Right.
wrote down.
He was at, supposedly he went to I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to try to, Waihi County Park. I mean, what do you think that says?
It's Waihi, ain't it?
Waihi. County
Anyway,
Park.
he was supposed to be at a park that closes at dark.
It closes at
and
dark.
they lock it up.
And there's a gate, because this guy actually drove the same scenery that this guy did. And it was like no cameras out there. There was no lights.
So he has
no
proof.
Only thing that was out there was maybe some satellite. That's why they think that maybe his phone kept being in and out, because he was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But he could have dropped his knife anywhere. He went over a bridge.
Yep, they're saying
He
the
could have-
river. But I think the river would have been frozen in November. You seen how much snow and stuff was around that house?
But there was a lot of snow
So,
around.
I mean,
there was
I don't
snow
know.
on the ground.
There's a million possibilities. I just don't think this kid did it all by himself.
I really don't either. I really think that Bethany.
And where's his cell phone records? How come they haven't put his cell phone records out?
Well, that's what I said earlier. I said they don't. They said something about they took his phone. They were going to get into all that, but they never actually. Maybe they're not putting that out there yet because they haven't went through it through court.
I can't yet because he hasn't went to trial.
That could be. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
But
you would think that with the town in an uproar and scared and mad and all this stuff about it, they'd give them some sense of, yes, we definitely know we have the right guy.
Exactly.
Because everything they're putting out there is circumstantial. And if somebody doesn't know about this case, they're going to have questions like we do. And that dude's walking free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I was on the jury, I would have questions. You cannot automatically.
Like they said, there's always questions like, why did he go back the next day? You know, why did they wait till 11:30 something to call 911? Why did she repeatedly go in her room? Why is
watch him walk by?
Yeah, like I just don't get it. Like this, and it's still going on.
Yes, yeah, because he's trying to get it somewhere else.
Yep.
Trying to move venues because the people in that town hate him, obviously, because and that's the other thing too with media. It makes you make up your mind. When you watch something and the media tells you, well, this is what happened, then all of a sudden, oh my God, he's the killer, this and that. I don't know. I don't even know if he did it.
I mean, when you look at the guy,
He
I mean,
does look
he
creepy.
does
He
look
does
like he
give
does.
off.
Because even his family said before because he used to be a bigger person, I
Yeah,
guess.
and he lost some weight.
lost
and he became a bully.
Because he used to get bullied back in school, and then I guess when he got in his senior year, he lost a lot of weight, and then they said that his friends started noticing the change, and he actually became the bullier,
and he got into the
and
stuff.
he got into meth.
Oh no,
heroin. So you skip a lot of shit. He got into heroin.
I skip it. She's right here too.
But like you keep just wanting to like
I'm not
Anyways.
alone in this torture.
But yeah, so yeah, but like I now you just got me off my game. What was we talking about?
Talking about you.
Oh, about him getting into heroin and stuff, but he also got clean before this all happened. So I don't know. But they also did say they seen a big difference in him when he lost the weight. Like something snapped in him, something changed, like he started looking different, so I'd hate to say that bullying, but bullying does F with people.
I just think my theory is these two girls found him, used him, manipulated him to get this done. I don't know if he actually did the killings.
He did. 100%. I believe he did.
Or they did it. And that's why they were cleaning it up for hours. He came and picked up the stuff and took it away.
I think he is pretty smart, Bill. Bill said, isn't he? Really
he is smart.
Very, very smart.
That's why they were like, they didn't understand why he didn't think about this like a little bit better. Like he knew that there was going to, he was always going to leave DNA. That's what they said.
That's why I don't think it is.
I
think he's being framed.
I think so too. I just think.
I mean, it does seem kind of silly because if he was that smart, why would he sit there multiple times, drive around the house? Because he should know that.
Because what if he was in bed with Bethany and Dylan was driving his car around to help set it up? Could be.
Or he was doing one of them girls and the other girl was out driving his phone around. It wasn't even Dylan involved with it.
No, Dylan.
I do think Dylan was.
I forgot Dylan is the other girl.
Yeah, Dylan's the other.
Because what we've missed out too is Dylan also was trying to join the police criminal thing. Wasn't he trying to join like the police where they did all
Not
their
Dylan,
Brian was.
He was trying to do an internship.
He was trying to do an internship with the police. So
yeah.
So he was trying to learn how to get rid of stuff and how DNA pops up.
And I don't know. My theory,
I do believe they was helping. I hate saying that.
And I think that Bethany is now
so young and they just seem like.
I think Bethany is now like freaked out over.
I don't think Bethany had a lot to do with it. I think she knew about it.
I think that's why she backed out of society and stuff.
She didn't come out of social media, but a week later, her and Dylan
go get tattoos.
Wayne got tattoos done.
Matching tattoos.
Yeah. Matching tattoos.
Why
she didn't post it, but Dylan posted it. You're so hurt. I mean, they could have went out and got tattoos of her. I didn't see the tattoos.
And it could have been like a survivor tattoo.
It could have been
anything,
I didn't see the tattoos.
I just think it's odd you can't go to your best friend's funeral.
Sometimes it's hard. I get that. Sometimes it'd be hard.
But that's your last goodbye,
But my thing is you're quiet. You're not even talking to the family. That's what gets me.
You were so close to them, and then now all of a sudden you don't want to talk to them and see how they're doing.
Because the more we looked into it and watched more of the things, it seemed like Madison and Kaylee were always the good friends, and Zena. Them three were always like together with the boyfriend Dylan, and Bethany was always together with Dylan and Bethany were always together, and Madison and Kaylee and Zena and Ethan were always together. So right there, it showed me that
there was some kind of difference in between them.
Because every time the cops came, it seemed like it was always Madison that came out to talk to them.
The cops, yeah.
So I think she was more the popular one. I don't want to be wrong, but
from the way they portray it, and
it seemed like she was the popular one.
Again, that's where I'm saying that the media is putting out there what they want you to believe is what it is.
And with her story, it just with the opening the door like 3 times, it just seems set up to me. Like it was like, played out. Like that's what they talked about.
This is what we're going to say. I opened the door, saw nothing. And then, I mean,
but to me, that's dumb.
She should have said nothing about the bushy eyebrows though. If it is something like that, because that's really what gave him away.
But they didn't care about him. They wanted
him. And what I don't get too is there's so many cameras that catch this car. You can't tell me that not one house around there had a ring camera that couldn't have got him going in that house. I'm surprised they didn't have a Ring camera.
Well, they had one in the front because they kept showing the camera showing their front property off the roof.
Oh.
So they had one because remember that's how they was getting that guy going. But maybe that was the neighbor's
No,
camera.
that was a neighbor's camera.
Okay, that was neighbor's
Yep.
camera.
But that's what I'm saying. There's got to be somewhere that would show, and that's them cameras can't show you who's driving.
Yeah,
but
I
something
think
had to catch him getting
I do
out.
think when he drove an hour away, I do think when his phone shut off again, I do think that that's when he dropped the weapon. I really 100% believe that's when the weapon got lost.
And the clothes.
I don't know if he burned it, buried it, whatever he did, but in his clothes, exactly. I do believe that's when he dropped all the evidence.
His and
even the girls, whatever. But I'm just thinking, like,
he burned Dylan's clothes because she had blood too. She's got blood on her hands. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, and that's why I said I want to say something bad about somebody.
This is
just my theory.
This is this, and like I said, we're gonna keep watching this case because I'm definitely
very interested in it.
I want to know what Bethany ends up saying to
what she knows that's gonna get him
like
off.
what does he believe that she's got like
if his
but why is he not saying Dylan though? Why is he just saying Bethany? That's what gets
me. I'm saying. What if he was in there in bed with her and Dylan's out driving his car to make the motive of, oh, look, he was driving around stalking her.
Yeah, it's just nuts. I don't know, but we did also forget though, he did stop at 2 different stores afterwards. He was getting
I did say that, yeah.
But you forgot that he bought the unknown items.
Yeah, they can tell what items he bought. You can. And even that one commentator
they said they're going to look more into it and get receipts.
But there's video cameras in every store.
Every register mostly has. They're going to see you
what you purchased.
Exactly.
Yep.
I want to know what he purchased. That's probably a big thing of what they said. Well, maybe he got food because he was hungry
because of that time of the morning stuff.
Yeah,
like that. You stopped at a coffee place.
You stopped at 2 different stores. You were looking for something, unless he was trying to use that as an alibi. Because you did say that at one time.
He was trying to get himself on camera to say, "Look, I was this far away. How could it be me?"
No, I believe he was looking for something. I believe he didn't find one at one store, so he's like, you know what? I'm gonna look at the other store, and he found his unknown items, and he drove off and did what he did, or they drove off. They drove off. Because who didn't say he was alone? Because every video that we've seen of the car, you cannot see inside that car at all. And one buddy said that the windows were tinted in one of the videos. Yeah. Was his windows tinted when they got pulled over from the cop? I know the ones were rolled down,
but I don't know because I don't remember it being tinted. But he might have had his window down too. But
I don't think they were.
Then again, yeah,
if they would get in trouble for tinted windows.
Not the back windows.
Oh, okay.
You're just the front windows.
But
every state's different too.
Yeah.
So you got to think.
But didn't they say his was a sedan? So it was 2-door.
No, it's a 4-door.
It was a 4-door.
Sedan's a 4-door.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I don't know cars. Sorry, guys.
It's 2-door.
Coupe. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many what
ifs. That's what I'm saying. So any juror is gonna have to question this stuff.
And then this man sat in court and he would not plead.
He wouldn't talk.
The judge says you plead not guilty or guilty, and he would not say anything. So they end up pleading for him.
Which I don't understand that because it's not like that guy said. It's not going to stop the proceedings. If you don't say nothing, the judge is not going to say, okay,
but maybe he
can't
go because he doesn't know what to say. Because maybe he's like, damn it, do I need to bust these other girls out? Or am I?
His attorney told him to do that.
I've never seen
that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But that.
Let him build.
But like another commentator said, why is the prosecution dragging their feet? If you've got all this evidence, he's the person. Why aren't we putting it? Here we go. Throw him away.
Yeah.
No, instead they're saying, nope, hold on. So because that's all circumstantial. Everything is it's either going to get thrown out.
Because they got to prove that he was driving the car, right? Because anybody could have took his car. They have to prove that man was in that car, correct?
There's no proof.
There's no videos of him getting in and out of that car. There's only videos of him driving by.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many cameras. Well, and maybe back then, you're talking 2 years ago, so maybe not as many people had cameras. I don't know, but you would think
everybody has cameras. Mostly.
You would think though.
I'm sorry, everybody's got Ring.
Them kids lived on they called it a college strip.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you don't think that there's cameras all over because of things happening,
and that's why they kept catching that car driving around because there was cameras, but none of them got him physically walking out of that car.
That's
not even the man.
Those cameras?
Not even the man that was supposed to be just dressed in black. with the bushy eyebrows. Nope, that wasn't even, nobody even seen that. All they heard was voices. Remember,
Yeah.
voices.
Yeah.
So there was talking, and then the
And
dog started barking.
It's also Dylan
and then a big
saying,
old bang. So what was the bang?
Mhm.
Was the
Throwing-
bang the car door maybe?
throwing him down.
No, because
Throwing
this was
Ethan down?
outside. The camera's not going to catch the noise inside. This was the neighbor's camera outside that he heard
Oh.
outside. Remember?
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you're trying to be sneaky, you want to slam the shit out of your car door.
So it had to drop something.
Or something.
So we don't know what that bang was, and
Yeah.
we don't even know if that bang had anything to do with that house situation. We don't. But what
The-
voices did he hear? What was
Yeah.
they talking about? Was he saying go 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 for the cops get here? You know what?
Or, yeah, go in there so nobody sees you, or who knows? But yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
And if you can hear the voices on that camera footage, there's somebody that can be able to pull that
FBI can, yeah.
Yep, they'll be able
You
to
think
pull
with-
the
yeah.
voices out enough. to
Yeah,
be
it's
able to hear
2024. Damn it.
hear
Yeah.
what
They
they're
should be
saying.
able to drown out everything else.
They will.
And, shoot, I see that stuff on CSI.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they're probably not letting everything
Chicago
out
PD
right
did
now
it.
till the trial like really starts, and then they start letting out what they have, and then
Right.
they can start putting it out.
But
in the air.
again, if they know that all they've got is circumstantial evidence, they don't want to go forward.
Exactly.
They want to keep prolonging it. And then maybe he gets tired and wants to just get out, so he pleads guilty to something else and it's over. Don't go to trial.
Yeah.
But I mean,
If I know I'm innocent, you're
Exactly.
taking me to trial. You're proving I did
Exactly.
this. Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what makes me think that he had something to do with it. I'm sorry. You can say what you want, your
I
opinion.
think, yeah, I think,
But
he-
I do think he has something to do with it, and I do believe one of those girls, or both girls,
I
has something
think,
to do with
I
it.
agree too. I think he is involved in it, but I just don't think,
I'd like to know what everybody else thinks.
I don't think he's the mastermind, but he is the smart one. So
He
I
is the
don't
smart
know.
one.
I
But we don't know how smart these girls were. I mean, they don't really say. I mean, they don't say, "Oh, well, these girls, you know,
Right.
they're not
But
telling
they're
them."
not talking bad about anybody.
No,
else.
they're
Just,
not.
Yeah.
They're just running him in the ground like he
Well,
did
that's
it.
because he's the murderer, so that's why they're gonna.
But I'm innocent till you prove me guilty.
But
That's
like I
what
was,
it is.
like I was saying earlier upstairs, they say that they say you're,
innocent,
you know,
till proven
innocent to
guilty.
proven guilty, but they handcuff you and throw you in a.
So you're pretty much
box.
guilty till proven innocent.
Exactly. That's what the slogan should say. You're guilty until we can prove you're not.
Mhm.
No.
Because if I'm innocent, why am I in a jail cell? If I'm innocent, why am I handcuffed?
no.
Exactly.
So
Why is this whole town here?
It's because they have
Yeah.
enough evidence right now on him that links to him, is what they said. They have enough evidence
if they
that
don't-
links to this man. And
But
they're
that-
not even saying anything like we're saying. Like, they're not even questioning these girls
that we know of.
that we've seen.
That
We
we
haven't
wanna
seen
see
any
the
of them. 'Cause
evidence
I tried
that
to
they
find
have on me
interviews
to
of them.
keep
There's
me
no
held.
interviews out there.
What?
I want to see the evidence that they have on me to keep me held right now. You don't have enough evidence.
That's
They
what
did
I'm
show
saying.
you. They did. They have those.
They have the
They have
knife,
enough. They have his.
the
They have
print
his
on the
car.
thing and
His
his
print
car.
on the knife thing, and they also have his car being seen. That's what else they need.
Somebody stole my knife sleeve, and then that's
No, I told her they showed it to him at a party and he
touched
checked it out and they kept it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It. It
That's
could be too.
that's a big accusation right there.
I know.
mean,
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
here, touch my knife holder. What?
Well,
that?
I
I'm just saying
The
they
one
could have
reporter
showed it
said
to him.
too, it's a pretty new knife because it was so hard to clasp. So that's the reason why they could have.
And it was a
to him.
That's why
military
they had
knife.
to do it so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they could have showed it to him. Like, hey, can you clip this for me? Because I
Yeah,
can't
because
get
the
it,
girls
you
couldn't
know,
clip
at the party.
it.
So he did it for him, and that's why his fingerprints are on there.
But why was he deep cleaning his car? Because the
That-
cops did see him
that
deep
is-
cleaning his car
Maybe he ain't did it
days
for-
later at his house in Pennsylvania. He had gloves on. Who cleans their car with gloves?
Some people don't like to get chemicals and shit on their hands. I'm just saying, like,
I agree with that because when I do the coffee bar at work, that spray I put, I don't like it on my hands. So
I
I
don't
always,
know.
I'm just saying, people are germaphobes like that. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
get it.
But
But
like I
like,
said,
how likely is that in this situation?
I agree that he might be involved. That he might have had them. Maybe he came there at
Yeah.
9:12 to grab the stuff
could have.
for them girls and throw it away. So that DNA's in there somewhere. So now he needs to clean his car
yeah,
to get that DNA out of there. I
that
mean,
could be.
He
I'm
could
giving-
just
I'm
be
giving
a
him
helper.
reasonable doubt till they show me on camera he's there stabbing them.
Yeah.
because he knows how to do that forensic. He could have told
And
them
most
how
killers
to do it.
don't leave victims.
No.
There's
They
another-
don't leave
but
victims.
there's another
Even if
theory.
she was targeting one
they're
person.
if they're working together, they're not victims.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's why I'm thinking that's why they're involved, because they
Here's
don't
another
stop.
theory. Them girls did it.
Did it?
Sorry, did it. He's driving around because he's waiting to collect that evidence to get rid of it because he's going to school for forensics. He knows how to. What if he's waiting for them to say, come get it?
And that's why they came at 9 o'clock because it took. But
Maybe it took him that long to clean stuff
that
up.
is.
You know?
Yeah.
I knew I should have went into
Yeah,
freaking
that is
cop.
something. So
There's-
been a
somebody's
detective.
getting framed here.
Somebody,
It's
yeah, something's not stirring my Kool-Aid.
well, that's why it's still going on
Yeah.
2 years later almost
Yeah.
because I think they just. I mean,
The prosecutor doesn't feel they have enough. Because again, they would be like, nope, let's just go to trial. We're ready. Let's go.
If they have
This-
more than enough evidence
Yeah.
to prove against you,
And
let's
those
roll.
two things don't seem like a big thing to hold somebody. They're circumstantial. You can't prove that was me in the car.
No.
Yeah, my phone went off at this time, but shit, my phone drops all the time.
but that's what the thing about it is that's what they're trying to prove that he was in the car because they're saying his phone was binging
Around there.
exactly at the
Well,
same
the-
spots where the cameras were catching him at.
The girl
Then
took
again,
the
it could
girl took
maybe his
phone, car, driving him around.
While he's sleeping with the other girl.
You know?
or maybe he wasn't.
That's his
Yeah,
reward.
maybe he wasn't even nowhere to be seen. But like I said, that could be.
Because
But
if
I
Bethany
don't
had
think.
something to prove he didn't do it, what if she was in
I
bed
don't
with
think
him?
these two girls could do it on their own.
Yeah, what if she's got the dirty condom from his jizz in it from where they was having sex? I'm just saying that would prove him fucking innocent
Yeah.
right there.
Well, would prove him
Tamara says she
innocent.
thinks that too, but the only thing that gets me is why wouldn't he say it? That's why I
But
think that's
that's-
why he's not saying not. That's why he's
The
not really
girls had
talking
enough
at
money
all.
And they paid
And
him
I-
off to get rid of it, and so
and
he
I-
don't want to be
But
involved.
that again, that's why I say that I think that's why he's wanting her, that's this girl, Bethany, to come forward and speak up because I think he wants her to do it first. Because maybe she's got if she's got him mind warped, like you guys say, you
I'm
know
not
how
saying-
that is. He's gonna do whatever this girl wants him to do. She is 8 years younger than him. So
Because she could be saying, you take the fall to get them off me. And then when they can't prove you did it,
That's right, Bill. That's right.
what'd he say?
Mean Girls, I saw the movie.
Yeah. But you're saying that. What if she says, you take the fall for me, they can't prove you did it. When you get out, we can be together.
Yeah, Tamara, but that
Tamara said
Information.
she thinks if he would say it, that they could make a deal. Maybe if he would speak up.
but if it's the information
why-
against him, he
If
still
it
can get
incriminates
murdered.
him,
He's
himself.
still gonna,
Yeah.
There's no deal that he's gonna get out of 4 freaking counts of freaking murder.
But
Only if he
it
did
proved
it.
that somebody else did it, and he was just an accessory.
He's looking at
but,
death. I mean,
but
that's
he could still get death.
But
even
that's
being
what I'm
accessory
saying. If
to
I'm
it.
looking at a death sentence, I'm
exactly.
singing like a bird on top of your
and
house.
I think that's why he's really pushing this hard about Bethany coming forward. I really fucking do. I'm sorry, I don't mean to
I
cuss,
just can't
but-
see why you can't go to a judge and be like, look, she's got evidence that's going to clear
because
him.
she's probably like thinking she's the victim. They don't want to push her. They don't want to.
It's 2 years
Like
later.
I said, I
Let's
have
move
not
on.
seen anybody except me and you think in this situation besides Tamara.
I'm sure.
And
there's people-
Kim.
I'm sure there's people out there too.
I mean, a lot of people, it's like, it's him because they see a man he does look like he is.
To look him in the eye,
His soul looks like it's gone.
yeah, he looks like he's soulless.
He's just
he
like-
does.
Even
But
his family have said that he is changed. He's different. He acts different. He's changed, I
getting
mean,
into that criminology stuff maybe triggered something in his head, and now he wants to be.
maybe that's why he got into it because he was already triggered.
Maybe they're doing heroin or something triggered him there, and
Yeah.
he can't get it. To trigger
There's
it off.
just so many what
Yeah.
ifs. But I'm curious to see this go to trial because
yeah.
there's so much, and so much right now is all
Yeah.
circumstantial. So if they've got something that's really gonna put him away, I like to see what it
They
is.
have to have something in concrete evidence that puts him there at the crime scene.
They
doing
do.
that.
His binging of his phone.
You can bang a fucking phone all you want, but you don't have a murder weapon with my prints on it. With
You got the sleeve.
Oh, what do you do that's asleep? Where's
Again,
the murder weapon? Where is the thing that stabbed him?
You can argue some
Where's my clothes
circumstantial.
at? Where's the bloody clothes at that I would have been wearing?
Well, and if
If I
they're fighting me as I'm stabbing them, I've got to have something on me.
Thank you.
Some kind of mark,
my,
black eye, mark, scratches.
my skin would be underneath
Their
fingernails.
fingernails.
But he was wearing gloves, and he was wearing that
mask.
lady even said he was wearing mask. He had nothing was showing but his eyes and his
If you're
eyebrows.
getting,
He was covered. His body was covered in
if you're
black.
getting stabbed to death, that ain't gonna matter. You're gonna rip that shit off. I'm sorry.
You would be fighting.
Yes.
But
you-
maybe I'm not strong enough to rip somebody's clothes
I'm
off.
sorry.
That dude could.
You don't know how many layers he was wearing. He might have been wearing too thick.
I
it was
feel- I feel the
wintertime.
victims were tied down already and held down.
But there would be marks on them.
No,
I've
yeah.
seen cases.
Yeah, they would
I've
have.
seen cases in my criminal class where they're tied down because when you die, that rigor
Right.
mortis and stuff, it
It stays.
those vessels do something. So
Yeah.
those would show. Even if they tied him down to kill him and then placed them, it would still have
Still
been on
show.
there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because when you die, your body does different things, and that would
I
show
just-
it.
What
Like
if you take a sheet though and hold it over the bed over them, and there's no ropes tied to them? They're just held down by the sheet or the blankets. And
Now
just
you're
stabbed them.
getting in too
But
far.
I'm just saying.
But-
I'm
so
just
are
saying,
you saying that they stabbed him through the blanket?
It could have been.
There
through
would
the-
be fibers in their stab wounds.
Okay.
Yep. There.
I've
see?
got
I'm
I've got some of my
Because
shit.
she actually went to school for a little
I'm
bit
just
for
saying,
this.
like that could be a way that wouldn't show bruises,
But
right?
you're right, it wouldn't show, but the stab wounds would
Would
have
have
pieces
fibers,
of
yeah.
the sheet in it.
The only thing I do agree on you guys with is about maybe he didn't have a lot to do with it. Is only because he did go. He was that smart. He was going to school for this shit. He wouldn't have been fucking up like that.
But it also too
He wouldn't have been driving around their house 50 million times.
also
He wouldn't have did what he wouldn't have made sure.
He
Yeah,
did
he would
that
never even had his
survey.
phone on him at all.
he obviously has a screw loose because of how he is looking at
because he did do that survey. Yeah.
at his criminology. He's looking at it for kind of like a psycho reason, like, you know, he wants to know this, that. I didn't go to school for that.
But like
I
that,
went to
but
school
like that
because I
guy
wanted to
said though
catch
too, that
people.
was talking about that. He did say not everybody that goes, obviously, that goes to what he did what he did is becomes a serial killer.
right.
So
Because
you can't go by what
right,
you just said.
right.
So I mean,
I don't know. I just think I definitely think that one or both those girls
Yeah.
have something to do
that's
with
what I
it.
said.
I definitely think
That's what I said. I don't
I
think
don't
it was
know.
just them two though.
I don't know.
There's just too many. But like I said, we're gonna keep looking into this. We're gonna keep following it. Like for real, like I hope justice is served in the right way.
Right, exactly. You
mean,
hope, but
I hope we're wrong. I hope I am so wrong. I hope it is
that
just
these girls didn't have anything to do.
and-
Yeah.
you know, and it's a whole sad situation. I mean, they were all so very, very,
I
very,
hope the
very
girl
young.
Did it in their framing the dude.
Get caught.
Mm-hmm.
If
But why
that's
do you
what happened.
hope that though?
Because it makes it show that every fucking pretty girl is not a pretty girl. They can be just as devious as a fucking other dude that looks like that, and it's just because of his
Yeah.
looks.
And the jealousy does, like I said,
I'm
if it
just
goes back
saying.
to jealousy or anything, jealousy will make you do some fudged up things.
And that's what I'm saying. If
You
she
know what
was
I mean?
jealous of that girl always being the number one girl,
What was that?
So.
What was that one? Jawbreaker? That movie right there.
yeah.
Breaker was a good
They
movie. Yeah,
shoved
jealousy.
that
Yeah.
jawbreaker in the pretty girl's mouth to kill her because of one girl.
Well,
was
no,
jealous.
it was an
I
accident.
know, but
It was
still.
an accident.
But
They
still,
they was doing it as a birthday. Don't even. Yeah, no, I love that movie, so you can't
But
even
still,
compare that to
at-
this. But yes, were they
at
mean
the
girls?
End, it was
yes.
the one girl I killed. Whatever. Fucking
Right,
name was.
Right.
But whatever. So, anyways, but yeah, I do appreciate. We appreciate.
Yeah, we do. We appreciate it.
everybody coming on today and interacting with us. It was fun.
Tamara, is there anything else you want to add to this before we close it down that you know that we did not cover?
And like I said before,
'Cause Tamara knows a lot.
we're definitely going to be getting back. We're going to keep following it. We're going to be talking about this again, I'm sure, in future things. Maybe get new cases if you guys have new little.
Yeah, if there's
cases.
one that you're addicted to, please tell us because we,
she's all about
I'm
it, and
all
she's getting
about
me into it too now. Like I said, I spent the last
last
yeah.
week
yeah
picking up stuff.
Yeah. So it was fun. And please like and subscribe.
Tell
We
your
need
friends.
those
Tell your friends
subscribers.
what Tamara's saying.
Somewhat think that Kaylee was in the only one intentionally to die, but Madison was in the room. No, Madison, what we was told, Madison was his target.
Yeah,
We've seen that like 4 or 5 different things we watched.
she had the most stab wounds
Yep.
too.
Yeah. And Kaylee woke up next to her, and then that's when he attacked her.
So see there again. The girl was jealous of the one girl and stabbed the shit out of her. Then her friend woke
That's
up
what
and
I'm
she got
saying.
So what
the
else
shit.
did she say? But Madison was in the room, and Ethan heard the commotion and ran out and see what happened. Oh, okay. So that's what you're thinking. Okay.
Yeah, because they're saying he came out and saw him coming
Yeah.
down the stairs.
Yep.
And
We did
that's-
see that too. He did see him coming out, and then that's when that other
They
girl
started
ran
going, and yeah. So there's
So, yeah.
definitely more here. We definitely need to investigate more to get more out of
in.
it.
Exactly. So, but yeah, we do appreciate everybody coming in. Stick with us. I know it was kind of a long long episode, but we knew it was going to be when we kept
did,
writing stuff
we
like,
did.
oh my God, it's going to be so long. But yeah, we like to see what you guys think. We appreciate
See
like I
your
said.
theory on it. Kim, you didn't tell us your theory. Or did she?
She did. She thinks that it wasn't him.
Oh, you think he didn't do it at all?
Yeah.
I don't think he did either.
That's what Kim she's I think
I think he is somewhat like, I don't think he did the killings. I think he's just involved.
I
me
think
see
he
what
just got
Kim
rid of
said.
the evidence from
Yep.
the girls. I really do.
And I think that's why he drove around waiting
Because-
for, like, maybe there was a signal because they couldn't call because then they'd be like a phone record.
see we can keep going for hours.
And,
for
yeah,
hours.
and that's why he was driving around in that area.
He was waiting for that signal to come pick up the stuff.
Yup.
And then
Yeah,
maybe he
it
just
is a lot of
said,
names, Tamara. I get him confused too.
maybe he just said, fuck it, I'm going home for the night or whatever. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We never know. But if anybody hears new things and we haven't
We
talked
need
about
those
it,
phone records of
please,
all of them.
yes. I want to see records. I want to see cameras. I want to see interviews because like that one guy said, those cops have had to sit down, even though that Bethany
those
girl
are-
is in hidden and she's not talking. They had to have talked to her. They had to have interviewed
And
her.
they
I want to see
record
all
those.
that.
They record those interviews.
I want to hear
at
the
police
911
station.
call. So if
That's
anybody,
my, yeah.
if anybody has any of this stuff, any videos, anything, please
I
send them.
definitely want to hear her
Please
911
send them.
call. 'Cause
I
why
wanna-
would you say I found somebody unresponsive?
Yeah.
I found somebody because apparently she should have saw Ethan first because he
You
was there.
and
in
if
the
they said
stairway.
it was the bloodiest thing they've ever seen,
Yeah,
they would have
so-
seen blood. Like, oh my God, there's blood everywhere. I'd be freaking out.
That's when I would have went back in my room and locked the door, calling 911, saying, I just walked out my bedroom.
And
Old
there's
boy's
blood
dead.
everywhere.
Somebody come help me
Yeah.
before I'm the next
Yeah.
victim.
Exactly. So,
And then I think I would have been jumping out the window. I don't know, but
but yeah, we'll definitely get back on. We might maybe throw in some more videos, maybe tomorrow for Labor Day. Just do some like challenges. I might want to do something. I haven't messed her up in a while.
we do need to do the shirt. We didn't get to do
Oh,
the
so I
shirt.
wanted to show you about this t-shirt. It's just a white t-shirt. Nothing special about it.
It does feel a little different.
It does
than
feel a
most-
little different. It's a little, but it's
It
supposed to
reminds
be.
me of a tablecloth.
I don't want to do it in here because if it doesn't work, I don't want to mess up anything.
Right, right.
But it's supposed to be waterproof. It's supposed to be stain proof. Like you're literally supposed to be able to put ketchup on it and just take the ketchup and
wipe it right
wipe it
off.
off.
So we'll
I've seen
check that out.
videos and the water's supposed to just come right off. But I
We'll
don't
check
know.
that one out. Yeah.
We'll check it out. It was
I gave you guys a pretty good idea.
What?
but you could also talk about cases that are closed, like even with the serial killers being
Like
caught.
code case.
You know
file.
what, Tamara? You got any good ideas? Good cold cases you want us to do? Are you're more into this than I am. I'm just the one that
I could tell you 1,000 code cases.
exactly. So, but anyway, so yeah, this shirt, I want to see if it works because that'd be awesome if it did for like kids because they have them in kid
Heck
sizes.
yeah, they would be.
You know, if you're out running, you ain't got to worry about the stinky sweat coming down on your shirt and having
Or if you're a
armpits.
Tanya, you won't have to worry about every time you eat it falling out.
Or sweat when you eat.
Oh,
Yeah, she does. My baby can I totally vouch for that one because
and that wasn't even hot. That was like
you want to
KFC.
see. Okay, I'll do a little bit. I'll do a little bit of water, but I don't want to get too messy right
Who
now.
wants to see?
Alicia, and it's a white shirt, so I don't know how see-through it is. So let's do the
Should you
belly
put that
area.
blanket.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
just
so-
do the belly area.
Put that blanket by or the belt, something that it won't go on the floor.
It's carpet. Go on.
Oh, that's true. Can I
Just
do
don't
it?
do a lot. Just put it like right here. All right. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh my God! It's dry. Oh my God! Do it again.
Oh my god!
Ah! Oh my God! I needed it. It is dry.
Oh my
I
god,
gotta
that
do a
is
close-up.
too freaking weird.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is completely dry.
Oh, go get the ketchup.
Completely dry. All right. Let me go get the ketchup.
Yeah, that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, look at me. I'm all. That really slid right off.
Yeah, right on you.
Yeah, right onto me. And my socks. Tamara, she got my socks dirty or
You
wet.
let her squirt on you like that.
Well, at least somebody's getting it. Shots fired.
So I don't want to ruin the front of it just in case it don't work because I want to try this later on like a short because I want to show more people that wasn't watching because this is really cool.
I don't want ketchup
So-
on me.
So why didn't you grab a plate to let it?
Fall
Oh,
on. Yeah.
here. I use paper.
Shake it up so it's a good part of the ketchup.
Just do like a down on the bottom. Oh my god, I don't know why you're ruining it. I'm
Come on! Quit being scared. You can buy another one, $11. Oh, see.
We got squirted on the shirt.
Get it. Now you're supposed to be able to just wipe it off?
Yeah.
No, that didn't.
Well,
work.
let me go get.
You're getting it on your pants
Paper
now.
towels are
Use
right
the
there.
rag right there.
Paper towels are right there.
Wish we'd seen those a long time ago.
They've been there.
I know. I said I wish we would have seen them though. Ooh, now I smell like
Well,
ketchup.
sis, I'll get it a little wet. But you can see how it's already coming off a little bit. Oh my god, it did!
No, it's still there.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it is. It's still there.
But I wonder if you washed that.
I thought it was coming off. So it doesn't work with stains.
But,
But
it definitely works with the water.
It definitely works with the water. So hey, it's a good shirt, and I think I paid $12.99 Amazon.
But again, you should try
Again,
it.
for-
Can I have a paper towel to wipe off
When
my
you're
legs?
sweating, she's like, "You're wet." Yeah.
Yeah, because all that water came
Yeah.
on me.
So yeah. But anyways,
Reader.
everybody, thanks
Sorry.
for joining today.
I'm so sorry.
What?
Nothing.
I missed it.
Yeah, this.
Oh.
So sorry.
Lisa's just gonna slap her.
I
later.
know.
What did
It's
Alicia
her
say?
fault, Leisha.
I wonder how you wash it. They said wash it with just cold water
I said in
and
the wash machine.
yeah, cold water.
You washed it in the washing machine, Leisha.
Cold water.
And I'm looking at this instead of the camera.
But I'm gonna redo this on a short too, though, because I want people to see this because this is freaking
Let's
awesome.
try some mustard.
Yeah. But all right, guys. Well, we're gonna leave this one today. We'll get off this show.
In the face.
But we got to go help my sister. Where's my garbage?
We're good.
Over there in the white.
I got it. But anyway, so we appreciate everybody. So everybody that watched it, I hope you guys liked and subscribed. And we will.
We'll be back with some shorts.
Thank you, Bill.
And then see you guys
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah. Or sometime we'll pop in and out. You know us.
Yeah.
Sorry. And if we get a little annoying, we apologize.
Sorry.
Because I'm still going to try to do more of those pick guys up for my sister.
No, we're not.
Because that was fun. That was fun.
Well,
Who's to say you can't find
we-
Mr. Right?
We can't.
Who's to
'cause
say you can't find Mr. Right just driving down the
we
street?
can't.
Well, she's looking.
We
Billy
can't.
Bob.
We-
I've tried Billy Bob.
We can't because I don't have a new phone yet.
Oh, once she gets a new phone.
Well, no, I'm
like
just
she's
saying.
tried it all, ladies and gentlemen. She's even tried to do, what is it? Snapchat?
Yeah, I deleted
Snapchat.
that already.
And she had guys sending her like pictures of their bedrooms and stuff. Like,
Yeah, they were
how
weird.
desperate is a guy?
And they were young too. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right,
real
Alicia.
young, so. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody.
We'll see you guys.
Kim, you want me to find you, Mr. Right? Hell yeah. I
Is
would
that
do
what
it
Kim
too.
said?
Yeah.
We'll find him for Kim.
We'll go on a ride, a microvertible bug. And I'll be like, we'll do what we kind of did on the way to Michigan.
What did we do?
But
Oh,
instead of Alicia this time, maybe Kim.
show it, Kim. Show it.
I'm just
She's
kidding.
gonna get people stopping just because it's gumdrop.
Sorry, Kim. We love
Sorry.
you.
Only us know what that
Oh,
means,
yeah.
but yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.